And really they are just saying those things to you partly because you have to believe that it's important, and you have to start believing that you have to do things to get that person into your life, or to get to know that person and to attract him into your life, and you have to be together with them. You have to have that motivation. So partly they're saying those nice things because this is how life ensures that you basically take part in this big journey, which will basically in the end lead you to yourself. The other reason for them to say those things to you, especially if they're bad things, because you have to face things like you have to let go of this person, he is not your twin flame, you have to be separated for the whole of your life, and there's gonna be a third person in the picture, and he's gonna cheat on you and stuff like that. These are things that you have to hear to see how you can face them and to see how strong you are. But I don't believe that fortune tellers can actually tell our future, because nobody can tell our future. There might be potentials, but I think that we can attract things into our lives, and we have the strength and the ability to attract things into our lives. But the whole point is not always just to attract everything that we want. Of course, it's a motivation, but in many cases, I don't see the solution in attraction. I see the solution in the fact that once we have attracted something into our lives and it's already there, we just have to deal with it. And that's when we start changing our aspects of life, the way we look at life. And this is how we go through a lot of self-development. So I personally couldn't always have what I wanted, and I couldn't always do things the way I wanted to do them. Still, I have to face and deal with some things. On the other hand, I do believe in the law of attraction, but that's a different issue and another video. So this person came into my life, and he did invite me to the biggest journey inside myself. But in the end, it was only a few times that we met, and quite a few years it took me to get rid of this whole, especially the pain part of it and the suffering part of it, and the feeling of being the victim of an unfulfilled relationship. So it was a very long time. In that time, I became a lot stronger. Many times I thought I let him go, and I didn't. So it was a hard time. And right now, I've actually come to the point that it doesn't matter who your twin flame is, and what fortune tellers tell you. What matters is your happiness, and just to be with the person you love. And sometimes there is nobody that we love more than ourselves. It doesn't mean that we are egoists. It means that if it's not convenient to be in a relationship, and it's not something you can make better, and you can't resolve some problems, then you can be apart from another person, you can still love them, and you can still be alone, and you can still be happy alone. I stopped looking for my twin flame or anybody to make me happy. I started to take responsibility for myself and to live my own life and to proceed and advance with my life, even though the circumstances might not be ideal for that. And this is a very big, well, a very nice result and a nice present that I received from life, because I was willing to work on myself with the motivation of my twin flame. So actually I will change the way I call this person now, because I don't think he was my twin flame. I think he was an energy that could fulfill me the best, that could bring me up those tasks and those self-development issues, and who could motivate me into self-development. In that sense, he was important in my life. And okay, you might say he may have been my twin flame. I don't even know if he's ever gonna come back to me, but I'm not interested in that, because I think of him with love and gratefulness. But I don't really care, because I don't think we have to be together. And it gave me a lot of suffering when I thought we would have to be together at some points of our lives, because I was in a stage of waiting and not doing my own thing. And I was thinking that it's beautiful when you are waiting for somebody in an unfulfilled relationship, because I was imagining how beautiful it would be when we finally get back together again. And now I just believe in the moment and in the present, and also in my presence in my own life. At those times I was not present in my life, and this caused me a lot of unhappiness. I just wasn't living my own life. So from now on, I would say that he was probably not a twin flame, and it doesn't matter who he was, but he definitely had to come into my life, and I'm glad he did. The new myself, I'm much more satisfied with, and the relationships I have, and the relationship that I have with myself is much better. I'm much stronger. It might be that someone else comes into my life, and I might have at some time again these kind of huge tasks and huge self-development issues that I have to do again, because we expand and the universe expands and we change, and we keep getting stronger, and we keep getting to know ourselves. I think that's one of the whole purposes of the life, one of the most important purposes of life, that we need to get to know ourselves in different situations. So life will go on. I will have more and more situations where I can get to know myself and how I react. And surprise, surprise, after this issue with this person, when I was over him, I started to meet somebody with whom I'm actually experiencing energies which are much more likely to be twin flame energies. So if you do believe in twin flames, yes, I can say that after this person basically left my life totally, and my thoughts and my feelings, he was out of my whole life and my heart. After that, somebody else could come into my life, who really seems to be a twin flame. At least he has the characteristics of a twin flame, and our relationship has the characteristics of a twin flame relationship. He's also giving me very, very big self-development tasks. He's making me face myself more than ever, but I have this strength from the first guy that are very useful to me right now. I've spent almost a year now working. I could say some days I worked for hours, did self-development the whole time with all kinds of methods, and he's still making me work. He's still making me face myself. It's still not an easy relationship. Every day I'm facing myself and my mainly my negative beliefs again and again, but as soon as I'm able to realize